brother.
We are here in the middle of the jungle at a very holy, sacred place. Where are we here? What is this?
Well, we are close to Tulum on the Mexican peninsula of Yucatan, and we are here the most sacred of sacred in front of the La Pachamama formation that we have right in front of us. We're in a huge cenote with a lot of feminine and childbirth and maternity symbolism, and it's all natural, and that's what it makes it so magic. We have one of our brothers down here to show us, and in front of us we see a pregnant woman with 2 legs. In front of her is a small egg, an ovulum, and that egg makes love in a heart shape down here in the water. And let's see, there's so much smoke coming at us.
I see it. Yes,
but there is a heart-shaped formation in the water. Yes, he's pointing it out here, our assistant, the shaman. And so when an egg makes love, the product is a baby. So if we point at the column here, you can see like a small child here, like an echo from like when you do an echo with your doctor. And then what is the first that comes into this world is like head and shoulder where he's pointing. So it's like a head and shoulder. So the Maya queens, they understood this. And right in front of us, where all the smoke comes from, where the palm leaves are, that's where they came and gave childbirth. And if you look, there's like 2 lines of rocks here in front of us. That's what the kings, they built for them. And sacred women or very important women were allowed to come here with their husbands. And when the baby were born, the first thing the baby would see was paradise. So when we turn around, we see an amazing setting here in front of us.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So this was only for the women from the very high spiritual class.
Absolutely. This was really the Mayan society was very matriarchal, and we had so the women what was very important. You have another culture called the Aztec. They were very celebrating, you know, blood sacrifices and things like that. But the Mayans were much more, you know, love, peace, and harmony, and very few really like you know, cruel sacrifices took place in the Mayan culture. I mean, we're in a place of plenty, so there's no need to you know, kill and fight and all that. So here was a lot of abundance here. So it's a very matriarchal society, and women had a lot to say and do. And you can even see it today when you walk through the villages, in the surroundings here. Women are very, you know, powerful in themselves, and are, you know, are women with, you know, women respect men as being men, and men respect women for being women.
They feel very strong, the women here.
Absolutely, absolutely. They have no issues. I mean, they are really, and there's so much plenty here. I mean, even during the COVID, I mean, people just walked out and they had all the food and the whatever they needed was out there in the trees and in the land and in the sky and under the ground. They could fish, and I mean, and you see them laughing all the time. People are really in themselves here in the area, honestly, and it's a beautiful place. Absolutely.
Here, the children were born on this on this place.
Yes, and we have had 2 childbirths in the last 5 years here, where really important people came from the local area. And there's a midwife from Europe, an expert in water birthing, and she's here to assist. There's oxygen, and here we have had 2 wonderful babies coming into this world here. So this is truly a majestic place, and
this is amazing. So people come here now, spiritual people, to give birth to their children. Still
correct.
Until now.
Correct.
When were from when started this?
2016 we had the first childbirth here.
No, I mean when we go back in time.
Oh, absolutely.
About how many thousands of years are we talking?
Well, I mean, here we have evidence inside of the the cave here in the Cenote of pre-Mayans, pre-Hispanic humans who were living in there, and there's so much mystery and magic in there. So yeah, maybe we should move on to another. But let's just say thank you, Pachamama, for receiving us here at her sacred grounds. This is truly sacred. So we
Can
have.
I ask you, how did you find it? How did you know that this is here? You knew it because people told you, I think.
So here's where it becomes really. Since 1977, I had a calling to come here. I was living over in Europe, and one day our high school teachers school teachers comes into the history teacher came into the classroom and was totally shaken. I mean, we were in a time where we had weekly nuclear tests because the Russians or the Chinese would bomb us, nuclear whatever. So this guy, he came in totally shaken and explained to us that he had been with a guy from Mexico the night previous, and the world would finish the 21st of December 2012. So from that moment on, I started to really pay attention to the whole Mayan thing. And well, fortunately that did not happen, but I was here in the region back in 2012. So yeah, how can I say, my wife had just passed away from breast cancer, and in a very vivid dream I saw this place here, in this cenote, and this
So you were in a region and had this vivid dream about this
No,
place.
I was on the other side of the world actually, and my wife had just passed away, and then I had this very vivid dream where this stalactite and a disc inside of there appears, and so I sent my team down here to the peninsula to look for such a place, and we visited more than 200 cenotes and caves, and we couldn't find it. And finally I sent my human resource people down here to interview people in the villages, and because they are expert in interviewing people, and so they were like,
you can thank you so much.
So yeah.
So and then finally, thank you.
Puedes salir, hermano.
So then I can make a picture.
Of course, yes.
Pachamama.
Pachamama.
So then finally you found it.
Yes, of course, we found it, and it's very complicated as foreigner. It's impossible to do things here, but fortunately I have 2 children and so on. So we were able to make a deal, an arrangement with the community. And we've been, developing this amazing place and trying to decodify it, since there's a lot of cosmic messages in here, so to say.
Which messages, for example? Can you tell one?
Oh yeah, you have to understand. Mother Nature, the way she talks to you, and you have to understand that. I mean, these. If you just look at a stone, it's a stone, But if you understand what is there, then you really, get the bigger. Absolutely. So let's walk over here and just to see a small thing down here.
I can feel the energy here. I can just feel it.
Here, the piezoelectric effect up here is around 20,000. So it's like on the Sun altar in Machu Picchu, you have the same energy. This is really a power place, absolutely. So
I can feel the energy. It's
the disc in there, and this place here is like max readings. I mean, in the past you read energy fields, with dowsing or with pendulums. Egypt used pendulum. NASA developed something called the piezoelectric effect, that is like the inherent energy present for instance, in stones. I mean, the most simple way to explain this is lighters. When you light up your cigarette, then I mean, the 2 stones, when they touch each other, nothing happens. When we move them, bam, things happen. So when you activate, piezoelectric energy, that is often through sound activation or some energy of some frequency or vibration applied to it. So that's but that's a whole different story.